No matter what you do in life, I want you to know this and know peace. Soul transfer is real. It's very, very real. You'll be hearing about what's it called? Selling of soul. How they do it in the Nollywood movies and how things which has been happening in the Western side. You'll be hearing about that someone sold their soul. I know this is not the first time you've heard it, but the question is, how is it done? You understand? So how this thing is done is nothing but your soul, your main soul, which is your pair, because your soul is an energy. Your main soul, which is your pair to this body before you came to this world, will be removed. You understand? When it's being removed, then another soul, another entity, which is also an energy, is going to be transferred into this body. You understand? Just like maybe people who die like 300 years ago, what's it called, 100 years ago or thereabouts. Because remember, energy doesn't die but get transferred. You understand? You can't kill an energy. You understand? So that is how it is. So that energy will be transferred into this body, and once that energy is being transferred into this body, that energy that is being transferred into this body is going to have a lot of memories, which is going to be stored in the Akashic record of your head, of your brain. You understand? So that soul and that energy, which is normally it is not paired with this body, you start doing a whole lot of stuff which this body is not used to, and your main self, which you came with, your true self, which is your main soul, which was a pair to this body before you came to this world, is going to be left alone and be loitering around in the limbo. You understand? So that is how it is. That is where your soul will become a lost soul, because since he has lost its vessel, because this body is a vessel. You understand? That's why it decays. You understand? And whenever it decays, energy keep on going where it wants to go. You understand? So when that stuff happens, then that entity takes over this body. Then your true self, which is your soul, that's your energy, which has been a pair to this body, is going to do nothing but start loitering around and all that, because it won't die. You understand? It should be looking for the perfect opportunity to also possess another body. That's why you'll be hearing it. What's it called? In the spiritual community, they warn strictly against astral projection, because when you astral projecting is when your body becomes vulnerable, because there's no soul to occupy it at that point in time. And when that stuff happens, a soul can actually possess your body. So when you want to come back to your body, it becomes a very big problem. If that soul that possesses your body, or if that energy that possesses your body is not that strong, which your soul is going to push it out for you to go back to that same body, then what is going to happen is nothing but that soul is going to possess your body. Then your main soul, which is your true pair to the body, is going to be loitering around the limbo. Why I'm saying this is because if you have experienced paralysis, sleep paralysis, you understand, that is also the fight and struggles of when your soul wants to come back to the body, when that soul has already taken over that body, and they'll be fighting. You understand? You'll be like as if you are awake or you are sleeping. You can't move your body and all that. It's because of what? They are still fighting to take over the body, because of what? The body is a vessel, and without that body, that energy can't really operate until it gets a body. So that's why whenever you hear that someone is being possessed, it's not as if that person is being possessed actually, but because of what? The soul became absent, and that soul took over the soul, took over the body, which is the vessel. And when the soul comes back to fight its way in, if that energy that came that is already occupying that body is stronger than the energy which has been occupying the body for the longest of time, which is the pair, then that energy which has occupied the body is going to chase your true self, which is your true pair, your true energy that took this body before you came to this world. It's going to fight it off, and once it fights it off, then it is a soul transfer, a soul exchange. So once that stuff happens, you see that same body you see will be behaving abnormally to people which they are used to. Understand? You'll be like, this person is not like this before, and this person is now misbehaving and all that. So that is what soul transfer is, and that's also what soul selling is. So if you have watched the movie The Mummy, you will see how they did those stuffs, and a whole lot of movies as well. Even in Scooby-Doo, they did it. A whole lot of movies. You understand? So if you I've forgotten the name of this movie, but I think it is a series in Netflix. You understand? Of a guy like that. I've forgotten the name of the movie though. So they do soul transfer as well. You understand? So if they will remove the true self of the soul, the true pair, which is the soul that came with the body, once they remove it, they will suck it out, just like how you suck out energy. When you suck it out, then the body will be unconscious, and they will transfer that energy to that body, and you see how the body will be misbehaving and be moving and all that. You understand? So that's how it is. Well, like I'm saying this now, people will be like, you are seeing this in the movies and all that, but forgetting that in fictions is where they tell you the truth, because that's how karmic retribution are. They won't come in your face and be telling you the truth because of what. If they do it, not everybody can handle the truth. You understand? So they come, they tell you the truth in plain sight and put it in fiction, so that when it happens, you'll be like, it is just a movie, but that's the truth. You understand? So that's how soul transfer, soul selling is. And you can also be selling your soul by when you are doing something, you don't have a conscience anymore. You understand? You are doing things at the expense of people's joy, people's emotion, without you even caring. When that care, when that affection you have towards people is gone, then your soul, your soul is gone. The main soul which you have is now gone. Probably you are now operating from another energy, which is not your true self. You understand? Because of what? Human being is familiar with affection, love, and care. You understand? And when that stuff is gone, then your soul, which you have in yourself, has been gone for a very long time, which you don't even know. And a soul transfer has also been made or been done in your head without you even knowing. So that is how it is. Until next time, peace.